Hey there, word nerds and future healthcare professionals. Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into some essential tips to help you excel in your OET writing exam. Because let's be real, the OET writing subtest? Kind of a big deal. It's designed to assess your ability to communicate effectively in English within a healthcare setting, which is, pretty important when you're dealing with people's well-being and all. But don't worry, we're here to break down the key strategies that will help you conquer this exam and confidently demonstrate your writing prowess. So, grab your pens and let's get started. Okay, first things first. Before you even put pen to paper or fingers to keyboard, you absolutely have to understand the task at hand. I know it seems obvious, but trust me, you do not want to be that person who writes a beautifully crafted letter about the wrong thing. The OET writing subtest presents you with a specific scenario and asks you to write a letter, usually a referral, discharge letter, or transfer letter. Your job is to carefully read and analyze the provided case notes and address the task requirements precisely. What kind of information are you being asked to convey? Who are you writing to? Is it a specialist, another healthcare provider, or even a patient? Knowing your audience will help you strike the right tone and use appropriate language. Pay attention to details. Sometimes the prompt will include specific points that you must address in your letter. Missing even one of these can cost you valuable marks. Think of it like a medical procedure. You wouldn't operate without first understanding the patient's history, symptoms, and diagnosis, right? Similarly, approaching the OET writing task with a clear understanding is crucial for success. So take your time, read the task thoroughly, maybe even read it twice, and make sure you have a solid grasp of what's being asked of you before you move on to the next step. Trust me, this initial effort will pay off in the long run. Alright, so you've dissected the task and you know exactly what's expected of you. Now it's time to structure your letter for maximum impact. Think of it like building a house. You need a solid foundation, well-defined rooms, and a roof to tie everything together. In the case of your OET letter, that means a clear introduction, a well-organized body, and a concise conclusion. Let's break it down. Your introduction should be brief and to the point. Clearly state the purpose of your letter, and introduce the patient you're writing about. Think of it as setting the stage for the information that follows. The body paragraphs are where you present the details of the case. Each paragraph should focus on a specific aspect, such as the patient's medical history, current condition, or treatment plan. Use topic sentences to introduce the main point of each paragraph, and make sure your ideas flow logically from one to the next. Remember, clarity is king. Finally, your conclusion should summarize the key points and state any recommendations or actions required. It's your last chance to leave a lasting impression, so make it count. By organizing your letter effectively, you'll make it easier for the assessor to follow your train of thought and understand the information you're presenting. And trust me, a well-structured letter is a joy to read. Now let's talk about language and tone. Just like you wouldn't wear ripped jeans and a band t-shirt to a job interview, you don't want to use slang or informal language in your OET writing. Remember, this is a professional communication within a healthcare setting. Your language should be formal, objective, and respectful. Avoid contractions like don't or can't, and stick to professional terminology. But here's the thing. Using fancy medical jargon just to sound impressive isn't the way to go either. Your goal is to communicate clearly and effectively, so choose your words carefully and make sure your meaning is easily understood. If you're unsure about a particular term, it's always best to err on the side of caution and use a simpler alternative. Tone is equally important. You want to strike a balance between empathy and professionalism. Show concern for the patient's well-being while maintaining a neutral and objective tone when presenting medical information. And remember, proofread carefully to ensure your tone is consistent throughout the letter. Alright, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, being concise. I know, sometimes you just want to luxuriate in the beauty of language and craft those gloriously long sentences, but trust me, in the OET writing exam, brevity is your best friend. Remember, healthcare professionals are busy people. They need information quickly and efficiently, so ditch the fluff and get straight to the point. Use active voice whenever possible. It makes your writing more direct and easier to understand. For example, instead of saying the patient was examined by the doctor, you could say, the doctor examined the patient. See? More concise and impactful. Avoid unnecessary jargon or technical terms that might confuse the reader, and please, oh please, resist the urge to include every single detail from the case notes. Stick to the most relevant information and present it in a clear and organized manner. Think of it like packing a suitcase. You wouldn't bring your entire wardrobe for a weekend trip, right? Choose your words wisely and make every sentence count. Okay, you've poured your heart and soul into crafting the perfect OET letter. You've followed all the tips and tricks, and you're feeling pretty good about yourself. But wait, don't hit that submit button just yet. There's one crucial step left: proofreading. I know, it's the least glamorous part of the writing process, but trust me, it's essential. Even small errors in grammar or spelling can make a big difference in your score. They can distract the reader, make your writing seem careless, and even cast doubt on your credibility as a healthcare professional. So, take a few minutes to carefully review your work. Check for any typos, grammatical errors, or awkward phrasing. Read your letter out loud to yourself. It might feel a little silly, but it's a great way to catch errors that you might miss when reading silently. And if you have time, ask a friend or colleague to proofread it for you as well. A fresh pair of eyes can often spot mistakes that you've missed. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more exam preparation advice. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you write and familiarize yourself with the OET format and expectations, the more confident you'll become. You've got this. Good luck with your OET writing exam.